Hey everybody, this is my little pornicorn, or you guys might know me as Horny Porny. My real name is Destiny, and I live in Oregon in the United States. I decided to do this little voice meme thing in between watching SNK for the first time and getting my round zeros done. Forgive my sleepiness, for I just woke up like half an hour ago. So I'm not doing so hot. Got my coffee in the giant mug. Alrighty, so in our first question here we have, who is your favorite Pokemon? Gonna be honest, I don't know who my favorite Pokemon is, mostly because groups like this are my first real thing going on with Pokemon. I am partial to, what is it, Reuniclus? Or Reuniclus? I can't say what that thing is. That adorable little pudgy cellular creature. I don't know what it is about it, but I love it. I want one. My characters, I feel bad about this one. My characters are Devin Shield and Peter Sheckard. I neglect Peter. I really should play him more, but I neglect him. Maybe I'll bring him back after round 0. Maybe. Because now I've kind of got Devin going and I can work something out with that. By the way, I'm glad you guys like Devin so much. I've gotten lots of positive responses about his character and it makes me pretty happy to see somebody like my characters. Alrighty, with which characters does yours spend time? Alrighty, I actually kind of sort of did a list thing last night. Where did I put it? Because I was putting together something for round 0, and I put together a lot of the people that were really important in his interactions in one of his rounds. Well, first off, I'm gonna list Finn. He spends a fair amount of time talking to Finn. Things get really, really serious really fast with those two, which surprises me. But it happens. With their character backgrounds, I see a lot of tension going on there, so I can see why things would get serious between them. Another is Marcus. Oh, Marcus. That little bastard, Marcus. I like him though, he's a little bit crazy, but he's alright. I like him. Devin and him, I don't know, I kind of like their interactions, they're kind of fun to play, and I like that they're interested in some of the same things, so it kind of keeps them like this. The writers. Oh, the writers. The writers are very, very, very important people to Devin. He may ignore what they're saying to him a lot of the time, but the fact of the matter is that they're still really important to him. They're like, there's family right here. He thinks very highly of them. He doesn't like it when you bad talk them, as I'm sure you guys will all remember that very, very intense roleplay that happened. He just cares about them a whole lot, even if he teases Flynn constantly and stuff like that. They're really important to him. He's really gonna miss them. Daniil. Okay. I've been reading as Daniil because that's how it's spelled. If it's Daniel still, I'd like to know. But I'm pretty sure it's Daniil. Daniil. So I don't get to interact with Daniil as much as I'd like. But I like to think that the characters interact a lot. I mean, they must. They live together, more or less. They camp together. So I imagine that happens. And y'all know what happens when they camp together. The last one on my list that he interacts with a ton, as you guys are probably familiar with, is that he interacted with Warper a shit ton. Like a shit ton. I really like their relationship though. It was very interesting to me. They had quite the dynamic going on, and they knew a surprising amount about each other. I think they knew how to get under each other's skin more than any of the other characters in here. So that was really cool. I really loved relationships like that, and Warper really kind of made that a really solid relationship with Devin, and I really appreciated that relationship. Someone else that I have on this list, but isn't technically, I don't know. Someone else I have on this list, though, was Inigo, because the interactions with Inigo really kind of, they threw me, and I'm sure a few other people, for a loop, because it's kind of way the opposite of what Devin usually does. He was smitten, so you can't believe it. And I hope to interact with Brig more, because that last roleplay made a really huge impact on Devin's character, and it really needs to be worked with. How did I get introduced into Distortion? Okay, that one was Palms mostly. She showed it to me forever ago. We're talking months before the group happened. She was all excited for it, was telling me about it. This was shortly after I created the first version of Devin, which I used for D&D. I was talking to Palms about it, and then she decided she was going to make Flynn. That's how long ago this was. But one day, it was actually Peter that made me want to join the group. I wanted to make a hunter that hunted innate Pokemon, and I wanted him to be a modern hunter. I was torn between rifle and bow hunter, but I wanted that to happen, and I wanted to find a group that I could use him in. And I found this group, and I noticed now that I ended up really neglecting him, because I decided I wanted to create a competitor, but if any of the rounds are going to be what I think they're going to be, he's a really bad character to use as a competitor. So I decided to make Devin instead, because Devin is a little bit more fun in that way. He's a little bit more loose with that, and he's much less likely to shoot your Pokemon in the face. Favorite leader. I wasn't sure if this was talking gym leader or if this was talking our mods. We're talking gym leaders. I do not really have a favorite gym leader. Once again, don't really know that much about Pokemon. If we're talking mods, I gotta say I definitely have a soft spot for Zoid and Mark. Mark is the grumpy gamer guy of my heart. I love him very much. He reminds me a lot of my friends. Surprisingly, he reminds me a lot of one of my lady friends. And I don't know. He just makes me happy to see him on the dash and stuff like that. And it's really cool to see him around. Do I have a Distortion OTP? Oh, do I? It would take far too long. I'm already almost 9 minutes into this video, and I haven't even gotten to that yet. And there's so many. And with Devin even, I don't know, it's complicated with Devin. I like some of the relationships that he's developing, but no one has quite affected him like Inigo did, which is a shame. But with Mimsey's permission, we gotta do the comatose corpse thing, so that kind of adds some drama into that, but it's not gonna end well. So that, I don't know, it's very sad. If I had to spend a whole night with a Distortion character in a closed room, who would it be and why? My gut tells me Devin or Peter. Just because I know them really well, I probably prefer Peter over Devin, just because Devin can be kind of a cock sometimes, and Peter would probably just tell me about hunting, which I don't have a problem with. Maybe he'd teach me how to bow hunt in that tiny little room. It'd be pretty impressive, I can guarantee you that. Otherwise, me personally, I'd like to be talking to anybody that was a spacefarer of some kind, just because, not because I'm nearly as obsessed with space as Devin is, but because I find that kind of thing really interesting, and I'd be interested in the actual forms of space travel, and not just space in general. So, people like Adamus and stuff like that. parting words. I don't really have any parting words. I'm really bad at this. I'll ramble on for ages and ages. I mean, I've rambled on a lot already. I should probably stop, honestly. All I can say is good luck on your guys' rounds. I know I'm already doing really crappy. This is my first OCT, and I'm doing really, really crappy already. So good luck with you guys. I really love your guys' characters. You guys have some amazing characters out there, and I would love to see them more. And you guys should definitely message me sometime, and maybe we can figure something out. Maybe we can get role-playing together or something, because that'd be really fun. Devin needs more friends. He needs more friends that aren't weird, which I guess is really impossible to do in this OCT, is find a friend that isn't weird. He needs more girlfriends. That's what he needs. He needs more girlfriends. I don't really know what else to say. It's been really great so far hanging out with you guys. You've made this a really fun experience for my first experience. We've had a couple of bumpy areas. But it's been really fun. And, oh, one more thing. I have a couple NPCs in waiting if I get Peter active again. And I might bring them in. Problem is that I'm torn between the two of them. So if you guys are interested in finding out more about them, just leave a comment on this video or on Tumblr for it or in my inbox and say that you want to learn more about these characters. I got 2 of them. One of them you guys haven't been introduced to yet. The other one I posted some information on Ambrose, the very suave pirate. So, yeah. And that's that then. Thank you guys for listening to me ramble. Bye-bye.